Good crowd in attendance tonight for this Hopkinton Medfield girls varsity game. Of course, we have the boys game coming up at 6:30, a Hopkinton Medfield doubleheader. The kick out to Trendle launches the deep two. That's no good.
Oh.
And we have a foul on the rebound attempt. They might have got Doherty again.
Yeah, that's too bad.
That's going to be her second.
She's always plays very aggressively and can't falter for that. And I'm sure she'd like to have that one back.
On the entry, full court pressure by the Hillers. Hilvert sends it over to Sampson. Trying to feed it in, and it's intercepted by Trendle. Trendle tries to send it up to Fossbender. It's slapped out of bounds by Annie Stanton. It'll be a Hillers inbound. The captain on the entry, a 3-2 Medfield lead, just a couple minutes in. Fossbender for three. Got it! Kiki Fossbender with all 5 Hillers points.
I mean, that ball took about 15 minutes to come down and go through the hoop. That had a lot of arc on it. Great shot by Fossbender.
Certainly was. Cummings sends it up top. Olenek thought about it, kicks it back out. Now to the corner. Sampson going to launch the deep two. Yes.
Whoa. Some good shooting early here.
Looks like we might get some offensive fireworks early on. Fossbender to Cho. Cho back to Fossbender. Sends it over, up for 3. And
wow.
Good is Carly Hedstrom.
Senior forward. Big launch there. Little 3-point barrage here by the Hillers.
Hedstrom just came into the game and immediately knocks down a 3. Cummings sends it over. Hilvert over to the corner. Sampson for 3. No good. Air ball. It is a Medfield rebound. Annie Stanton was there. Over to the wing. Up for the shot. And no good is Olenek. Here comes the Hillers. Rebound Hedstrom. Cho feeds it over. Hedstrom for 3.
Oh, she's feeling it, man.
Feed her the ball, and Medfield needs a timeout. In 11-5, Hillers lead. Just over 3 minutes into action. A nice start for Hopkinton from the field, Steve.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, unfortunate to see Brooke Doherty get her second foul early. The silver lining is that Carly came in for her, and in the next minute and a half, I think she drained 2 3-pointers, forcing the coach of Medfield, Coach Nickerson, to call a timeout. And I don't know, with their record and winning 7 in a row, I don't know the last time they were down 11-5, but I'm guessing it hasn't been too often this year. But Hiller's off to a great start. The crowd definitely providing a lot of positive energy here. Both good crowd in general, but definitely a good Hopkinton turnout tonight for the first of 2 games. So, so far so good.
Absolutely. Long way to go, however. The Hillers hoping to keep the offensive fireworks going. And in their past game against Medway on Friday, it took them a little while to get started in that one, and it eventually ended up being a very good game, back and forth game, which Medway came out in the end with the victory. But the Hillers' mission tonight was to get started early. Off the timeout, full court pressure by the Hillers.
Looking for the trap.
Hilvert.
There it is.
Sends it over to Stanton. Back to Hilvert. Medfield has a lot of returning players. This group has a good amount of experience playing with each other. Hilvert drives in, up and in she goes.
Nice shot.
That's her second field goal of the game. She has 5 points. Fossbender. Trying to get it out to Cho. It's taken away by Hilvert. Driving in, and she's going to draw contact.
Got a lot of ball there, Lauren did, but got a little of the body as well.
That'll be Lauren Cho's first foul. First of 2, no good.
Yeah, I do.
On the second free throw, no good. Rebound Trendle. Here comes the Hillers. Fossbender feeds it back to Cho. Show over to Hedstrom. Hedstrom back to Fossbender. Fossbender just able to get it to Iannelli. Driving in, up, and no good. A battle for the ball now. We'll have a jump ball as Iannelli, Trendle, and Stanton all got wrapped up. Possession arrow in favor of Medfield.
Good start for the Hillers. And as we know, these games have a lot of momentum shifts as we go.
Olenek feeds it up to Cumming. Up top now, Hilvert. Driving down, up for the shot. No good, it falls out. Rebound Stanton. She'll kick it out. Now to the corner, Sampson. Along the baseline, up, no good. And we're going to have a foul on the putback attempt by Annie Stanton. She's going to the line.
Medfield, you can tell they work the ball really well. And I think they got away with a little bit of a travel here down low on that last play. But they've racking up some offensive rebounds here. They definitely have. It's one of the few teams, as an aside, they provided the heights of all their players, which is actually good to see. Helpful to us to kind of get a perspective from up here in the perch, how tall these girls are, and their starting lineup, everybody's 5'7" or 8" and taller, and that's consistently a lot of tall girls in that team. So we'll see how the Hillers deal with that.
Show over to Fossbender. Kicks it over to Flanagan. Driving in around the defender. No, it's a block. And knocked out of bounds. It'll be Medfield ball. Oh, good block as Flanagan tried to take it to the house.
Aggressive. Nice move by Flanagan.
Olnick on the entry. Over to Hilvert. Hillers continue with the full court pressure. Fed up to Blake. Olenek. Out of the corner. Pop back out to Blake. Medfield having trouble finding a way into the interior.
Oh, nice.
Nice feed, but can't finish. Rebound Stanton.
Ooh, almost a
and
travel.
now along the wing, Olenek driving in around the defender, and she'll draw the foul. Well, that's one thing the Hillers can't do, let Medfield control possessions like that.
I mean, they've missed a lot of shots. Right, I'm looking at the foul delta. Hillers with 5 already, and Medfield only with 1. So, it's looking like Medfield will be in the bonus shortly with a lot of time left in the first half. That might come into play as we go through the second quarter.
Kate Olenek, a junior, hit the first and hits the second. It's a 2-point game. Fossbender.
Ooh, that could have been a foul right in front of the coach.
That was a little bit of some body contact there. Now we're going to get a foul, and it will be against Medfield.
One of the amongst the many adjustments people are making with the pandemic is the coaches and the interaction between the refs and the coaches. You can't see facial expressions, and you're wondering, when something's maybe not in agreement with the coach, you just can't see. It almost protects the coach from maybe getting a technical here and there.
And that's nice. Stolen away. An attempt to get it to Hedstrom. Hilvert picks it off, takes it to the rack. Good
D by Cho there.
And Cho able to collect. A nice rebound. Cho works it up and is going to draw a foul as she tries to feed Trendle underneath.
Geez, that was like all Lauren Cho on that play. She did a great job avoiding the foul on the defensive end, making the Medfield player adjust her shot, got the rebound, and went coast to coast and drew the foul. So
it's going to be Kelly Blake. Cho hits the first.
See a lot of these seniors, Tom, on the team. I remember doing these games when they were freshmen, and look at them now. The evolution's been great.
They've certainly come a long way, and they are hoping to make some big noise in the postseason this year. Stanton to the rack, up and in she goes.
Too bad.
And we're going to get a Hillers timeout. 1:59 left to go in the first quarter. It's back to a 2-point game. 13-11 Hillers lead, and there's an example of those momentum shifts we're talking about when you have a good opponent like Medfield.
Yeah, and it was 11-5, I think, at one point. Now it's 13-11. So Medfield, the floor is tilted in their direction, as they say. That's the risk what we just saw, Tom, on the full court press that the Hillers just did, and they typically do very often. But it exposes, if you don't rotate and take note of who might be open on the deep end, and that's what happened there on Medfield's on that play. That's the way they broke that press and ended up with a bunny. I think the Medfield player got away with a little bit of a stutter walk, but again, that's a hometown comment there from the color commentary guy. But great game so far, 13-11 Hillers. A couple minutes left in the first quarter. Good scoring. Hillers have definitely cooled down in the last few minutes, though.
I understand we have a big group of people watching in Medfield. We'd like to welcome all the Medfield fans and, of course, the Hillers fans. Two great matchups tonight. Two crucial matchups in the TVL Large. The girls and the boys. Trendle with possession. Driving in, up, no good. A little too much on that shot. Annie Stanton with the rebound. Olenek takes it up. Olenek goes between the legs, takes it in the lane, up with the left hand. Count it. Smooth moves by the junior. Cho in trouble, gets it out to Fossbender. Fossbender, we're trying to work through the defender. There was a little contact there. Up and in she goes.
Wasn't really a thing of a Picasso, as they say, but I think she might have. Well, she's up and down here. I'm trying to keep up with everything, but
good response by Maya Hilvert.
I'll tell you, Fossbender was determined to get to the hoop on that last play.
Fossbender with it to Cho. They need to get it across. Back to Fossbender. Driving down, feeds it over. Flanagan, pump fakes. Up for the shot. No good. It falls out. Rebound Stanton. Taking it up, Olenek. Olenek to Blake. Now to the short corner, Stanton. Kicks it out to Blake. Back to Hilvert. Hilvert up for the shot. No good. And it's tapped out of bounds. It'll go Medfield way. Well, this is the kind of game I expected. Tied up at 15.
Wow.
28 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
Bringing Brooke Doherty in for the last 28 seconds. She's got to be very careful. They need her. Oh, she decided not to come in.
On the entry, Sadie Cumming.
Good D.
Kicks it up top. Olenek.
There it is.
And a steal by Fossbender. Fossbender to the rack and is blocked but draws the foul.
Coach Mark Nickerson of Medfield not in agreement with that call. And I'd say the majority of the Medfield people in the athletic center didn't agree with that call. And
the officials are going to discuss it. They might change it here. Let's see. Nope. Looks like they're going to keep it.
Wow. It looked like a clean block up here.
Or actually, it looks like they were discussing who the foul was on.
Great steal, nevertheless, by Kiki.
Fossbender on the first. Hits.
That's a big hoop. They're all important. We always talk about that. The freebies are always important early and late. The ones you miss early, they come back to haunt you. But the ones you make early, they keep you in the game and put the pressure on the other team.
Fossbender already with 8 points tonight. And she won't get 9 there. Medfield rebound. Collecting was Cumming.
10 seconds.
With it, Olenek. 8 seconds left to go in the quarter. Kicks it out up top. Now to the wing. Driving in, up for the shot. No good by Cumming. And that'll do it for the first quarter. Back and forth, nonstop action throughout the first 8 minutes. And it's a 16-15 Hillers lead as we head into the second quarter on HCAM. Steve, this game is pretty much what I expected between these two very talented teams.
Yeah, it has a playoff atmosphere. You know, Medfield coming in with a lot of momentum, winning 7 in a row. Hillers lost a tough one, and they, just looking at their record, they're just like 5-4, if I have that right. And they've lost a couple close ones. They lost an overtime game at Ashland that they were winning in overtime and ended up losing. That's a big swing in retrospect. But tonight, with the doubleheader with Medfield, you can feel the energy in the building here. And so far, so good. They're playing them tough, and if they can just stay out of foul trouble, I think this is going to be one of those fantastic finishes as we go forward.
Let's take you through the TVL Girls Standings while we have a moment. This is as of Sunday night. In the TVL Large, Norwood is 12-0, Medfield 8-2, Westwood 7-3, Ashland 6-6, Hopkinton 5-4, Holliston 2-9. TVL Small, Bellingham 3-8, Norton 6-8, Dover Sherborne 5-5, Medway leading the way at 11-2, Millis 9-6, Dedham 2-10. Jessai and Ellie on the entry to Cho. Feeds it out, Doherty. Around the horn they go. Fossbender for three. No good. And a battle for it, and it's picked up by Ianelli. She'll take it in, up for the shot. That's no good. Stanton comes up with it, is just able to get rid of it. And here comes Sadie Cumming. Over to Blake. Now up top, Hilbert. Driving down, up for the shot. No good, and it'll go Hiller's way. Annie Stanton couldn't quite get the save there.
Good D by the Hillers there. Every possession, just got to just lay it out there. One possession at a time. Yeah, that one went the Hillers' way with some tough D.
Fossbender, misfire to Cho.
Very rare mental error there.
Olenek on the entry for Medfield. Into Blake. Feeds it over to Cumming. Nice feed into the low post. Now to the corner to Olenek. The kick out and the three attempt, no good. It is batted around, and Sampson trying to come up with it. She lost it, and then Trendle and Cumming got a little tied up, and it's out off a Trendle, says the official.
Quite the scramble there. It was like a loose ball fumble on a football field.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to pick it up.
Olenek with it. Feeds it in, and now Sampson. Back to Olenek. Sampson now. Over to the corner, Cumming. Going to take it along the baseline. No, can't finish. Rebound, Trendle.
Good D. Trendle made her adjust the shot. Didn't block it, but made her kind of adjust. Oh, that's a nice move.
Cho up and in with the underhand. A 3-point Hillers lead. Olenek. Blake now taking it in is Hilbert, and she'll finish. Maya Hilbert already 9 points. And now it's stolen away by Olenek. Up and no good. Rebound Fossbender.
Fortunate there. Look out.
Hillers need to be careful with the ball. Oh, she was pushed.
Whoa.
I don't know why there wasn't a call there. And I'm not saying that because I'm a Hillers fan. That was a blatant push.
I know. It was right in front of the coach, too.
Cho feeds it over. Trendle across the Doherty. Now Fossbender takes it in, and she's tripped up, but able to get it to Ianelli. Ooh, she might be shooken up. I'll tell you, this is a physical game they got going out there. These officials really letting them play.
Yeah, they're trying to let him play, and it's just, when there's a foul, there's a foul. But Fossbender, I think that was, I don't know if she got tripped. She was avoiding traveling. And I think she just tried to hold on for as long as she could, and she's a tough player. There it is.
Show
right
to
there.
Fossbender, up for three. Got it!
That's the way to respond.
The swisher.
Beautiful shot. She's got some great arc.
Here comes Sampson. Feeds it over to the corner. Cumming responds nicely.
Wow. It's a shootout here.
Back and forth we go. Cho. Try to get it over to Trendle, and it's going to be taken away by Sampson. Cumming takes it up. Down the lane. Can't finish. Trendle with the rebound. Cho. Over to Doherty. Drives in, draws all kinds of contact. She's heading to the line.
Good job by Brooke. We've seen her heat up from three-point land on a few games this year. And she hasn't really had an opportunity because of her early foul situation, but she's back in here with 5 minutes left in the first half. Still has 2 fouls. She just really got to avoid getting that third one. And maybe she can start heating up in this second quarter here.
There's a nice little sweep play coming out of the corner as Doherty hits the first of 2. Second of 2 for Brooke Doherty, a senior. No good. Rebound by Olenek. Just under 5 minutes left to go in the first half. Over to the corner, coming.
Good
Kicks
deep.
it out, and Hilver was just able to get a grasp, surrounded by defenders, able to squirt it out to Cumming. And now Olenek, long three, no good. Trendle collects. Here comes Fossbender.
Oh.
Ooh, misfire.
Oh, it's tipped.
God. I believe it was Olenek who got a hand on it. Happened so fast I didn't even see it.
I didn't see the tip from here.
Well, the official's right there, so
Yep.
we'll trust him. Cho
Oh, look out.
to Fossbender off a defender's hand. Over to Doherty. Along the baseline. Up.
Oh.
No, it falls out. Battle for it. And we're going to have
she
a
can't
foul.
call a foul on that.
I think that should have been a jump ball call.
Oh.
They're going to give it to Doherty, too. It's her
Or-
third.
Or 31.
Oh, no. It looks like Hedstrom, rather.
Okay. I mean, that would have been kind of a...
I misread
bad
the official signal
Me
there.
too.
Olenek. Over to Sampson, now to the corner, up for three, Blake. Air ball, and it's collected by Trendle.
Look out.
Cho trying to get rid of it. Able to get it to Trendle. Up to Fossbender.
Good use of her body by Fossbender, protecting the ball.
Back to Cho, Hedstrom. Cho. Now to Fossbender. Hiller's trying to find a way into the interior. 8 left on the shot clock. Fossbender with the jumper. No. And it's collected by Sampson. Fed up by Olenek. A nice pass. Up with the hook shot and in. Lily Cumming.
Not a lot of score in this second quarter, Tom.
At least yet.
Yep. Still 3 minutes left or
These
so.
two teams could heat up at any moment and score rapid points. Trendle can't finish. Rebound by Cumming. This game's had a little bit of everything. Some offensive eruption, some good defense as Hannah Sampson lays that one in.
Boy, a couple of easy buckets right there. Look out.
Medfield with a 2-point lead. Cho had it stripped away. And a wide open break for Medfield. Olenek to the rack, can't finish. Put back, no good.
Wow.
And now it is knocked away by Hilvert, and Medfield has it back as Olenek picks it up.
There's a steal. Oh, boy.
Trying to feed it over to Blake, and a collision with Fossbender as he's trying to jump in the passing lane and knock that ball away.
From up here, it was like a slow motion. You could see Fossbender coming in. She anticipates well. She saw that coming, and she couldn't get there quite in the time to get the ball, but she certainly got the Medfield player. Looks like Hannah Sampson to be at the line here. Oh, I'm sorry. It's going to be Olenek.
Team 7th for the Hillers.
Or Kelly Blake. I'll get it. It's my third try. Kelly Blake at the line. That's why you call the play-by-play.
Yes, Kelly Blake. And she hits the front end of the 1-and-1. Medfield in the bonus. On the back end. No good. Rebound Iannelli. Cho.
Hillers could use a hoop here.
Hedstrom. Flanagan feeds it back to Hedstrom. Driving in. Cho. Hedstrom thought about the three. They're watching her closely. Flanagan down the lane. Up, no good. And it's collected by Sampson.
She rolled her. Looks like she got an injury. She got an injury.
Yep. That's going to be a timeout. And Flanagan a little hobbled. We hope she's okay. She's going to come out of the game. It looks like just a slight twist of the ankle there.
She's getting her money's worth. When she gets in there, she's taking the ball to the hoop. And that will be we'll have to keep an eye on Bethel Flanagan on that after that play. Unfortunately, she might have rolled her ankle there.
Hilvert feeds it up top. Sampson over to Olenek. Olenek back to Sampson. Now to the corner, coming for three. Got it!
Wow. I mean, some unbelievable shooting tonight here.
Lily Cumming has 8 points all in the second quarter for Medfield. Trendle up for the shot. No good. Rebound Stanton. Feeds it up to Olenek. Olenek versus Cho. Up, off the window, no good. And it's collected by Trendle.
Good D by Cho again.
Trendle flying up the floor to the rack, draws the foul.
Lexi Trendle, senior captain, coast to coast there. See if we can get her going offensively. Taking it up strong on that one.
Second foul on Hannah Sampson. Team 6 for Medfield. Hillers will be in the bonus with the next Medfield foul. First of 2 is good. First point of the game for Lexi.
Really, with 1:40 left in the first half, Hillers down by 5. Every point counts.
Second of 2, got it.
Good job by Lexi there.
So far, so good from the free throw line for the Hillers. Are 6 for 8. Along the far side, Sampson feeds it in. Hilvert around the defender, up and draws the foul.
I mean, that's good defense by Lexi. Maya Hilvert, senior captain, has got some moves for sure. She did the old up and under Kevin McHale move, and Lexi stuck with her, but I would say Maya actually created the contact on that, but Lexi was moving, and that was the right call by the ref.
First of 2 by Maya Hilvert is good. Maya Hilvert, a senior captain. Second of 2, good. Cho will take it up. Cho calling it out. She needs help.
Trap.
Yep. Medfield is trapping very well in these last few minutes.
Yep. It's kind of disguised there. They're waiting for Cho to get to a certain point, and then they attack her with 2 blue shirts.
I'll tell you, watching these 2 teams play each other, it's almost like a replica of each other. A missed shot there by Fossbender. Ionelli battles for it. We'll have a jump ball as she gets tied up with Sampson.
Good hustle by Ionelli there. I guess it's the right call. The refs let him battle it out for a second and a half, and that was it.
Very similar styles of defense by both these teams.
Yep, and both have the pedal to the metal defensively, trying to create turnovers and stuff. But there it is, and right on cue.
Cho takes it up, coast to coast, up with the underhand, can't finish. Rebound Stanton and a misfire to Olenek. A little too much mustard on that pass.
It's a good break for the Hillers to get the ball back here with about 46 seconds left in the second quarter. They really could use a hoop or 2 before the half to get the momentum going their way.
Yeah, only 8 points in the second quarter for the Hillers. Medfield has their biggest lead of the game, up by 6.
Here's the trap.
Cho, Fossbender, long 3. No good, off the mark. And it's picked up by Hilvert. Able to get it out to Cumming. Lilly feeds it back over to Hilvert. Under 30 seconds left to go in this first half. Cumming gets it into Hilvert. Now around the perimeter they go to the corner. Sampson for 3. Air ball, and it's collected by Hedstrom.
Get a good shot here.
12 seconds left.
Oh, not the play that they were looking for.
It looks like she rushed a little bit. She had time.
Might have been tipped. We're going to check it out.
Should we load up the replay for him?
Yeah, we're waiting for Mike Tarosian to pull that trigger.
We'll see if John Ritz can pull up that replay. Oh, it's too late now. Cumming feeds it over to Sampson. Maybe someday. Long 3. Got it!
Oh, boy,
Lilly Cumming. What a way to end the first half.
Ouch.
Lilly Cumming, 11 points in that second quarter for the Medfield Warriors, who lead at 33-24. As we head into the halftime locker room, Medfield outscores Hopkinton 18-8 in that second quarter. And Steve, this game, I don't know about you, but it's every bit of what I expected. A lot of action, a lot of momentum shifts, but the Hillers in the third quarter, they're going to have to start hitting their shots, or Medfield's going to run away with this thing.
Yeah, I think we're at a fork in the road here, and and coincidentally, it's the halftime. So to your point, when the girls come out after halftime, the Hillers can't afford to have the score go the other way, get into the teens. If this gets into 12 to 15 point differential, that's going to be a big mountain to climb. But they're going to need to come out, to your point, flying in the second half, see who's going to start getting hot. Certainly you need to shut down Medfield scoring. They have a few players that are starting to light it up there, and that three-pointer at the end was a real backbreaker.
It certainly was, but we have a whole nother half to play, and then we have a whole nother game after that, as we'll have the Medfield boys taking on the Hopkinton boys. It's a varsity doubleheader. You are tuned in. Hopkinton Hillers varsity basketball on HCAM second half coming up in just a few minutes. And welcome back into the Hopkinton High School Athletics Center. We are just about ready for the second half in Game 1 of our Hillers Varsity Basketball doubleheader. We have the girls' game and then the boys' game. And right now, Medfield leading the Hopkinton girls 33-24. Let's take a look at first half scoring totals for the Hillers. Brooke Doherty with 1, Kiki Fossbender with 11, Lauren Cho with 4, Carly Hedstrom with 6, and Lexi Trendle with 2 for the Medfield Warriors. Annie Stanton with 2, Kelly Blake with 1, Lily Cumming with 11 points, Kate Olenek with 4, Maya Hilvert with 11 points, and Hannah Sampson with 4. The Hillers need to get some offense going here in this third quarter. They got outscored 18-8 in the second.
Yeah, this is a pivotal point in the game and in the season right here, the second half.
Tom Nappy, Steve Spector, happy to be with you on the call. Mary Arnott and John Ritz, our crew for this evening. The Hillers working right to left across your screen for the second half. 3 attempt by Fossbender. Wow. She knocks it down.
Perfect start. You know, the Hillers come out, they didn't even do any warm-ups in between first and second half. They came out late. Coach Keene probably had Coach Greco had quite the discussion, and then that paid off so far.
Certainly did. Medfield trying to respond. That's no good. Warriors rebound the putback up and in. Hannah Sampson off the missed Lily Cumming shot.
That was a missed box-out opportunity.
Cho.
Good recovery by Cho.
Just able to get it to Fossbender. Iannelli now in trouble. And smart move there. Puts it off the foot of Cumming, out of play. Hillers will have the entry.
Yeah, Medfield, as we're kind of going through the game here, they have a lot of these trapping schemes, and that's what they look to trap, and it causes some turnovers. Oh, nice move there.
Feed over to Trendle, and it's ripped out of her hands by Hilvert.
Strong player.
Hilvert feeds it underneath. Annie Stanton with the kick out to Cumming, and now into Olenek, and she'll draw contact.
Boy, Medfield's a well-oiled machine. They move the ball so fluidly, and they transition well. Strong players. They have height. They're the real deal. I mean, their record supports that, too.
They get Jessie Iannelli with her first foul. Her first free throw no good by Olenek. She's 2 for 3 from the line.
You wonder if she's related to Kelly Olenek. Her first, she's got the K for the first name, too, like Kelly. Could be. I don't know. We'll have to do some research on that.
I want to say yes.
Yeah. In his days at the Celtics, a long time. Who knows? We might be completely.
Maybe that's why she's so good at basketball.
Just speculation. But we'll have to get our research team on that one. We'll get back to you.
Fossbender with possession. Medfield continuing the press. Cho.
Here's his trap.
Feeds it over. Trendle takes it down.
Oh.
Yes.
Big hoop.
I think getting the ball to Lexi Trendle and getting her in the lane is going to be key for this Hillers offense. And now a battle for it.
Beautiful.
And ripped away by Doherty.
That's a Tommy point. Tommy Heinsohn, the late, great Tommy Heinsohn. That would be a Tommy point right there by Brooke.
Cho with possession. Over to Fossbender. Feeds it over. Down the lane, Iannelli up
got
the
hit.
Shot. No good. Stanton collects.
Coach Greco agreed with me on that one.
Yeah, there was certainly some contact. I mean, it's good to let them play, but you got to call blatant contact. Hilvert feeds it up top. But I guess the good thing is they're not calling a lot of fouls both ways, so it's pretty fair.
Right.
Olenek with the finish there.
And it's almost impossible to be perfect in a game, in these games here.
Right. These two teams, they play each other very physical, so you are going to miss some stuff. Cho
Whoa.
Up and in.
Bobbing and weaving through the whole team. That was a beautiful finish, too.
Taking it up court, Olenek. Drives down around the defender, up and can't finish. Collected by Trendle. And now it's going to be taken away. Sampson picks it up.
Kind of a lazy pass, unfortunately. Medfield took advantage of that one.
Olenek over to Hilvert. Hilvert around the defender. Nice block by Cho. And it's collected by Trendle. Cho feeds it up. Fossbender. Back to Cho. Over the corner. Doherty.
There we go.
And we'll have a foul.
Good sportsmanship there by Maya Hilvert of Medfield. She pretty much wiped out Brooke on that one.
Hillers will have the entry. Cho. Fossbender. Now to Iannelli. He's looking in towards Trendle. We'll kick it back out to Fossbender. 18 left on the shot clock.
Good patience by the Hillers. Work for a good shot here.
Along the short corner, Doherty trying to kick it out. It's stolen away by Olenek. Olenek on a break. There was a lot of steps there.
Yep.
Rebound by Stanton. She kicks it out to Cumming. Cumming going to take it in, up, and good.
That's too bad. Yeah, Medfield creating some opportunities.
Doherty for three, no good. And collected by Hilvert. Hilvert feeds it up to Sampson underneath to Stanton. Kicks it out, and it was briefly knocked away by Doherty. Olenek for three, no good. Getting a hand on it, Cumming, and it's Cho keeps it in play.
Good
and
play.
Pops it off of coming out of bounds. Nice move there by Cho. You got nowhere to go with it. Just pop it off of a defender out of play.
Smart move by the senior. And again, Medfield, whenever there's an opportunity to trap, they're doing it. And they're not really backing off that strategy. And the Hillers are doing a reasonably good job against that. The trap.
Fossbender kicks it out. Hedstrom for three. No good, too much.
Oh, there it is.
And Doherty comes up with the loose ball, but then coughs it up.
Kind of got wiped out there, no call.
Sampson was just right in the passing lane.
That's a
Olenek
walk.
for three. And we have a travel.
That was the right call.
Certainly was.
I mean, Coach Nickerson of Medfield doesn't agree with me, nor the ref, but they were having a little chat about that.
Cho will have the entry.
Here comes that full court pressure again. Got to move.
Feeds it over to Fossbender.
Ooh, that's a little bit of a nudge.
Fossbender up for the shot. No good. It grabs the loose ball. Gets tied up with Hilvert. We'll have a jump ball. It'll go in favor of Medfield. Kate Olenek for Medfield is second in the TVL scoring-wise. She averages 18.8 points per game. Along the end line, feeds it out to Cumming, up for three, knocks it down.
That's a tough one.
Medfield up by 12, and they get a steal here. Sadie Cumming over to Olenek, and it gets through her legs. Fossbender lands on it, keeps it in, out to Cho. And then Cho's tripped up. There's a foul.
Bodies flying everywhere, Tom.
They certainly are.
Fossbender.
These two teams do a really nice job at running the floor.
Yeah, Fossbender right in front of the Medfield fan base was hovering around the sideline, and they thought that she went out of bounds, but I think the refs got that right by not calling it. But
and Doherty gets tied up. We're going to get a timeout call by the Hillers. Kiki Fossbender is fourth in scoring in the TVL, 17.7 points. 2:14 left to go in the third quarter, 12-point lead for Medfield. While we have a moment, let's take a look at the top scorers in TVL girls basketball. Avery O'Connor for Dedham averages 24 points per game. She's first in the league. Kate points per game is second. Megan Olbrice for Norwood, 17.9 points per game. Simpson for Holliston, 15.8. Melissa Leone for Ashland, 15.7. Carly Morella for Ashland, 15.5. Hannah Skeery for Dover Sherborne, 12.7. Emma Cotrain for Norton, 12.2. Amy Johnson for Medway, 12.1. Riley Chiapponi, 12 points per game for Bellingham. Lily Cumming for Medfield, 11.6. Michaela Patch for Norton, 11.1, and Maya Hilvert for Medfield, 10.1.
Well, there's a lot of leading scorers in the league on the Medfield team here tonight.
Yeah, they got 3 in the, I think that was the top 15.
It's tough to focus on 1 or 2, and then when you have 3 players that are, good scorers, that's presents a little bit of a challenge for the Hillers and everyone else in the Tri-Valley League.
Cho with possession over to Doherty.
There it is.
Back to Cho. Oh, got away from her. Able to keep it in, and it went off.
Like I said earlier, and Hillers down by 12 with 2 minutes left in the third. They really need a hoop here to get the
Through the defenders, draws contact. Before the shot. It's going to be the second on Maya Hilvert. Team third for Medfield. Loose ball picked up in the corner by Blake, and she was able to get it back, and a smart timeout call by Coach Nickerson and Medfield as Blake was in trouble.
Which is a good thing under the circumstances, and to their credit, they're not giving up. Medfield is quite the juggernaut here. They have the catch by itself.
Feeds it over Hedstrom. Trendle. Back to Cho. Fossbender.
Shot clock was winding down there.
Along the corner, Olenek up to Blake at the point. Atta Blake. 1 minute left to go in the third quarter.
Good D right there.
Oh! And a battle for it. Who's going to get it? Olenek able to cough it up.
Fossbender sacrificing. Looked like a walk to me there.
Olenek up and in with play off of Ionelli.
I'll tell you, Fossbender, she's pretty tough out there. She completely just sacrificed her body, laying it out there for that ball. A lot of tough players on the Hillers, both teams. They're all diving for balls, loose balls. Appreciate the effort.
Hilvert with possession. Nice give and go. Hilvert can't finish.
Good D.
Ionelli collected, and did we get a... I'm not sure if we got a foul.
Here it is.
We had a little headset issue there. Ionelli over to Fossbender. Hedstrom. Back to Fossbender. Cho, 8 seconds left to go in the quarter. Cho, no good. Medfield has it. 1 second left, and she won't get a shot off. And at the end of 3 quarters, Medfield is happy. It's a 45-31 lead for the Medfield Warriors over the Hopkinton Hillers. They outscore Hopkinton in the third quarter, 12-7. And the Hillers, they are hustling hard, defending well, rebounding well, but not shooting well. And that's been the difference in this game.
Yeah, no question about it, Tom. And, again, it's going to take a bunch of mistakes on Medfield's part for the Hillers to get back into this game because they have such depth. And the Hillers are going to have to get hot and cause some turnovers and come up with some defensive stops. 12 points, not insurmountable. The first minute or two of the quarter is going to tell the story. If they can get this thing down to under 10 points in the first couple minutes, then they can go from there. But certainly they're playing hard. To your point, they're up against a pretty tough opponent.
Let's take a look at the scoring totals in this game so far. For the Hillers, Brooke Doherty with 1, Kiki Fossbender with 14 points, Lauren Cho with 6, Carly Hedstrom with 6, and Lexi Trendle with 4. For the Medfield Warriors, it's Lily Cumming with 13, Kelly Blake with 1, Annie Stanton with 2, Sadie Cumming with 3, Kate Olenek with 9, Maya Hilvert with 11, Hannah Sampson with 6. So a lot of scores for this Warriors team.
Very spread out there. Makes it hard. Makes a challenge here, but we need a hoop on this possession, pretty much every possession here.
Cho. Back to Hedstrom. Feeds it over to Ionelli. Now Trendle in the lane. Kicks it out to Ionelli as she falls to the floor. Up for the shot. Cho.
Nice.
Yes.
All right. So far, so good. Here's the full court pressure. Looking for a trap.
Coming back to Hilvert.
There it is.
Olenek surrounded by defenders.
She lost it.
And Hiller's ball.
All right. Just the way we scripted it in between quarters. Perfect.
Coach Greco pulled out the playbook.
Still got some time in. We need a few more points, too.
Show to Ionelli, now Fossbender. Hedstrom. Back to Fossbender. Driving in. Ooh.
Good D.
Nice block there by Olenek. Olenek over to Hilvert. Hands it off to Blake. And Medfield, they're going to hang on to the ball as long as possible, try to burn this clock. Understandably so. Olenek. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. 3 attempt from the corner and knocking it down. Sadie Cumming.
That was great, perfect possession for Medfield. If you're rooting for Medfield, they got to tip your hat. They worked the clock down to about 3 seconds and hit a three-pointer. That's a backbreaker right there.
Hedstrom. Trendle. Over to Cho. Fossbender for 3. No good. And it's collected by Hilvert. Just able to reach over Trendle and pull it down. Not too many people could do that. Hilvert feeds it over to Blake. And we have a travel.
Well, 15 points. Here comes Brooke Doherty in for Carly Hedstrom. We need to start launching three-pointers. I mean, that's just the way the nature of the game goes, Tom. When you're down by a double digits in the fourth quarter, either that or just got to have quick possessions and take it to the hoop and try to draw some fouls. Medfield has 4 fouls. They have to get on that train pretty quick.
Yeah, they got to get Medfield to foul, I think, and get in the bonus.
But they can't be, chewing up 20, 25 seconds on a shot clock on every possession. They have to, just there it is right there.
Nice feed,
Nice.
And the finish by Doherty. The Warriors taking their time. The Hillers, as expected, are pressing. Hilvert trying to work her way up. Able to feed it to Olenek. Now to the corner to Cumming. To Olenek on the give and go, yes.
Oh, backbreaker.
11 points for Kate Olenek. Cho. Feeds it out to Trendle, up for three. No good. Rebound by Sampson. Kicks it up to Olenek. No reason to rush here if you're Medfield. And taking her time with it, Hilvert calling it out. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Feeds it over to Cumming. The give and go. Cumming through the defenders. Can't finish, but grabs her own rebound, kicks it out. And now the three attempt by Olenek.
Oh, in and out.
No good. Swatted by Trendle. Doherty collects, and we have a foul in the process. That is going to be on Medfield.
Fossbender coming out of the game. I don't know if she's been out of the game until that point. She's probably exhausted with 4 minutes, 42 seconds left in the game.
Cho.
Hiller's looking for somewhat of a miracle at this point, but need a hoop. Let's start with a hoop.
Iannelli driving through, draws the foul.
And again, that's the sixth foul, so I guess that's a good strategy. Take it to the hoop quick.
Well, this gives you hope. Next foul, you're in the bonus.
And it stops the clock from moving.
First appearance at the line for Iannelli. And she misses the first. Can't do that. Hits the second. It's a 14-point game.
Big night for the Iannelli family here in Hopkinton. They got Jesse playing the first game, Jack in the boys' game after this.
Full court pressure by the Hillers. Hilvert trying to work it up. Over to Olenek. Nice feed underneath. Off the bottom of the hoop goes Stanton, but there's a foul.
That's a good foul by Brooke Doherty there. It's been a long time she's had a foul. I think that's only her third after having two in the first couple minutes of the game. So she's done a good job managing her foul situation. That was a good foul there.
Stanton hits the first. On the second, got it.
Boy, there's a good shooting team.
Here comes Elena Davies. Feeds it over to Doherty. Driving in out to Iannelli. Now to Hedstrom. Takes it in, up for the jumper, no good. Battle for it, and somehow Hilvert comes up with it. Olenek over to the corner for three, coming, no good. Olenek through the defenders, can't finish. Hedstrom collects. Hedstrom going to rush up the floor. Feeds it over to Trendle. Swings it out, and now an errant pass by Doherty. Just looking to get it to Davies. A little too much on that one.
A little desperation time at this point here. 16 points with 3 minutes and 41 seconds left. Some new players coming in here for both teams.
Vanessa Cordes on the entry. Don't forget, folks, stick around because we got the boys' varsity game coming up next. That game scheduled to tip off at 6:30. A big TVL large matchup.
Oh,
on
nice
the boys'
block.
side as well. Great block there by Dacey. And here comes Bruce. Bruce up for the shot. No good. Batted around. Still a battle for it. And we get the jump ball call. Holly Paharik was battling Hannah Sampson hard for it.
Got Holly Paharik and Nick Paharik coming into the second game, so a lot of family stuff going on here in the Athletic Center here. Big night tonight.
Certainly is. And a good crowd tonight as well. Olenek feeds it over to the corner to Molly Chin. Kicks it across to Sampson. Passes out to Larkin, now underneath. Medfield just trying to burn clock at this point. 2 seconds left on the shot clock, and it'll expire. Nope, that shot won't count. Well, good possession to burn the clock.
Yeah, they had some new players in there. They're all working to get a good shot off. And
yeah, you're getting the younger group in there now.
But the passing was good. They just ran out real estate. Beat the clock, but Hillers, they got a couple 2.5 minutes to show what they have here. Neither team is mailing it in at this point, and all the new Hillers players that are just in the game, they want to earn some playing time, so it's a good opportunity for them.
Along the wing, Davies. Up top, Finnegan, long two, no good. Hiller girls will next be on the road in Norwood on Friday. We'll be here Friday for Hiller boys against Norwood. And don't forget, we'll have Wednesday night hockey on HCAM. We'll be at Pirelli Veterans Arena in Franklin for Medfield and Hopkinton boys varsity hockey. Big TVL matchup. Hiller's looking for revenge from the Medfield overtime win earlier in the season. McCarthy driving up with the left hand, no good. Or excuse me, that was Dacey.
Good take.
And it's collected by Cordes. And it's intercepted by Finnegan. Under 2 minutes left to go. Dacey over to Finnegan. Medfield going to pick up their 9th win of the season. The Hillers will fall to 5-5. Medfield will improve to 9-2. So we get a turnover here. Molly Chin with it. Cordes.
Ooh, she lost it.
Big thank you to our HCAM crew for game one. John Ritz and Mary Arnott holding down the fort.
We'd be lost without them. I mean, what would we be doing? There wouldn't be any video or audio or anything. We'd be in a tough spot.
We wouldn't be announcing. Holden. Dacey now on the give and go. Out to Finnegan. Up top, Davies. Kicks it out. Dacey for three. No good.
Ooh, she lost it.
Yeah, nice effort by Molly Chin, but falls out of bounds.
Both teams kind of cooling off in this fourth quarter. Combination of some of the starters are off on the bench and new players are in, and I think just a matter of playing the game out here. There's a nice hoop by
Elena Davies.
Sophomore getting on the score sheet. Great shot.
Yeah, she keeps knocking those down. You might throw her in the game when you need a couple 3 buckets.
Good D. And then she has a nice defensive play there, tapping the ball out of bounds. No foul on her.
Medfield will next host Holliston on Friday. Medfield girls. Chance to pick up their 10th win and clinch a playoff spot on Friday. Picked up by Dacey, feeds it up. Holden down the lane. Woo. Count it.
Charlotte Holden, freshman.
Plus the foul. The bench erupted on that one.
Good for her. You don't see a lot of freshmen on varsity teams in general, and good to see her get that hoop.
You got Holly Paharic and Charlotte Holden, the 2 freshmen on the varsity roster. No good on the and one. Out of bounds it goes. It will stay with the Hillers.
Well, unless there's an 11-point play with 35 seconds left, I think it's going to be a tough outcome here.
Holly Paharic on the entry. Over to Davies. And a Finnegan feeds it in. Paharic. And it's taken away. 22 seconds and counting left to go. Nice effort by both teams, but Medfield was just better from the field shooting-wise, and they're going to grab a nice win over a tough Hillers team today. The finish by Haley DePaula. Hillers playing it out.
Got to launch it.
Buzzer beater. Davies, no good. And that's how it will end. Medfield over the Hillers, 54-41. Steve, any final thoughts?
Well, I guess you tip your hat to Medfield. That is a tough team. They're going to probably be a formidable playoff team when the playoffs get going in a little while and during the season. Both teams played their hearts out. Hillers gave it everything they got, and just want to make a quick shout out to Bethel Flanagan, who rolled her ankle. She was sitting there on the bench. We want to give her, send her positive vibes, and hopefully that's not a serious injury. But really impressive game, and Medfield, they were the better team tonight.
Well, the Medfield Lady Warriors get the win over the Hopkinton Lady Hillers, 54-41. Medfield improves to 9-2. Hillers fall to 5-5. For our crew, John Ritz and Mary Arnott, my broadcast partner, Steve Spector, I'm Tom Nappy. We thank you for watching Hopkinton Hillers Girls Varsity Basketball. Stay tuned, boys game coming up in a few minutes on HCAM.